Boo! Hey, welcome everybody to the show. I'm Doug.
I was scared there for a second.
Know.
I am Greg.
And this is Mike.
And it's funny. It makes it okay podcast with a special episode, a very special episode. Ooh. It's Halloween.
It's the Great Pumpkin. It's funny.
Yeah. We're going to talk about fear. What scared you as a kid? Does it still scare you as an adult? What are some of the top adult fears? Maybe some phobias. We're going to talk about Halloween candy, trick-or-treating, and then some classic movie monsters. So that is
Sounds
on
good.
the docket for today. That's it.
Cool.
I think you said you had something.
Yeah, and it's nothing to do with Halloween or fear, although there might be some fear involved. No, it has nothing to do with any of that. I was just kind of chuckling because my wife and I bought tickets for the Morton Arts concerts that they do throughout the winter. There's like 6 of them once a month and you go. So the first one was last week and it was an Elvis impersonator.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes, it was him. He had a bass player, guitar player, and a drummer. He was a little bit of, I think, a younger guy, but he had the hair and everything going on. He pretty good, you know. But the funny thing for me is I am 64 years old. My wife's a little younger than me. We were the young people in the crowd.
Well, it was an Elvis impersonator. Yeah. So
I know, but we're the young people. It's like I felt like I was back at, one of the rock concerts we used to go to. And I'd be, the 19-year-old or whatever.
Yeah.
So here we are, the young people. People are throwing Depends on the stage and things like that.
Nice.
But no, he did a good job overall. It was very.
Was it young and fit Elvis or kind of overshaped?
I would say
end of the era Vegas Elvis.
I would say early mid. So not young Elvis, not when he was super young. More. Let's see, he passed in what, 77?
I think so.
So let's say this would be, 68, 69 Elvis. Not early stuff, before
his comeback.
Yeah, kind of his comeback.
The leather, the black leather, the famous TV special.
Yeah. And he did a Johnny Cash song, which was good. And the thing, I did like, I think I told you about is he did a couple songs that he wrote in the style of Elvis. And so they were originals, but it was in the style of Elvis. It was like, well, that's kind of cool. I kind of like that. But he was funny because he goes out in the audience. And like I said, we were the young people. He goes out in the audience and he's in the front row in front of all these old ladies and stuff. And he's like, he puts his foot up on the armrest of one of their chairs. So his other foot's on the ground and his other foot's up on the armrest. So, and he's gyrating in front of her.
Did she go, oh?
She passed it. She passed out. She was verklempt.
Well, yeah, when you said she passed. Like, oh,
yeah.
no.
That could be literal.
That could be very
and
bad.
that would be scary.
That would be
which would tie
very
right
scary.
into the Halloween episode.
It would be terribly scary.
So anyways, I don't know. It was just it was funny to watch the Elvis impersonator. So, and being the young person again.
Yeah, nice.
I mean, a couple years ago, we were at a concert that was geared more towards young people, and we were the old people at the concert, which I think I like being the young person better.
Do you?
Yeah, than being the old person. I don't know. Maybe not. Now you got me questioning. But anyways, why don't we move on to some fears?
Okay, so I saw
not a good segue for that.
Yeah, I saw a couple articles, and I tell you what, there was one that they had done a study of what adults are afraid of, and what's your biggest weakness. I'll go through those and see if any of these. I'll do these, and then we'll go over some of our fears that we had as kids, maybe as adults, to see if any of these are. Did you guys look at the? I was going to ask you some things, but if you've already looked at them, I won't.
Yeah.
I did not look at the specific ones.
Okay,
no.
well, what do you think the number one is? You probably know.
The number one fear of people?
People. It's a popular one that they say all the time. Jerry Seinfeld makes a joke about it.
Oh, speaking in public. Yeah.
That's it. Number 2, you have this fear. Greg does.
Heights?
Heights.
Yeah.
Number
I do
3.
have that fear. Except when I'm on a diving board.
then it all goes away.
No, I feel number 3 is too broad of a category. I feel like they should have narrowed this down some.
I get what they're going for.
I do too. But it's bugs, snakes, and other animals. Like, well, that's a lot.
That's
I feel like you
broad.
should have said snakes or bugs or
Spiders.
I understand what they're getting at, but they threw all of them together.
Well, yeah, because a dog's an animal. Well, I guess you could be afraid of dogs too.
Yeah.
A cat's you're afraid of cats.
It looks like about, I don't know, 25% of the people are scared of bugs. Almost, no, I'm sorry, 22%. 24%
See, now in general,
are heights and 26% are public speaking.
In general, I'm not afraid of bugs, but I don't like spiders.
No. What about snakes?
No,
I don't like spiders and snakes.
not at all.
And that ain't what it takes
To love me.
Okay. You fool, you fool. Old Jim Stafford song.
Yes.
Drowning.
I'm a little afraid of that now.
People are more scared of bugs and snakes than drowning. I'm like, drowning is up there for me. I don't want to drown.
No, nobody
wants to drown. That's around 18%. Blood and needles. I don't like them, but I don't know if I would have put it this high on the list.
Yeah, I'm over that one.
Well, for me, it was my number 1. So my body, it was kind of like it triggered a fight or flight thing with me, and I can't fight, I can't flight, so I'm just. Well, I could give the people for like blood tests. I could give them my arm, and that wasn't the problem. It was every time I'm just like I'm like fighting to keep consciousness. But as a kid, I mean, I had to be like restrained.
Really?
Yeah, like he was bad.
Well, and a lot of kids, not saying take it away from you. A lot of little kids don't like needles. I didn't like needles, but I wasn't terrified. My brother would just flip out, scream.
Yeah.
They'd have to hold him down.
That was me.
Screaming bloody murder.
See, I'm more affected. Now at my age, I don't want to see somebody else getting it done. I don't want to watch somebody getting a needle stuck in their arm or whatever. And when I have blood draws done, I don't look at it when they insert the needle. I turn my head, but it doesn't bother me.
Actually,
it's like,
and now the funny thing is like for me, I'm kind of over it because
Yeah.
we had to do IVF and I had to give my wife injections after injections.
No,
and
that would,
It was like exposure therapy. So
Yeah.
now I can watch them do it now. And it's like it doesn't even impact me. But
It's kind of like the dad catching his little boy smoking. He takes him out back and makes him smoke the entire pack of cigarettes. Like, you're going to do this until you know. Like, all right, we're over it.
yeah,
I love them, Dad.
Yeah.
I'm hooked.
So that was blood and needles. For me, this was a big one. Claustrophobia. That's about 17, 18%. I'm not as bad as when I was a kid, and I can get in elevators. I don't like real tight spaces. I've even went into caves if they're big enough, and I don't think about there's a bunch of earth above me. I can't think like that. But I've seen videos. I can't even watch the videos of these guys, these coal miners that go down, and they're literally like crawling with a pickaxe, and I'm like, there's no way. There's not enough money. You could not put a dollar amount that would make me go do that.
Yeah.
See, when you talk about going into caves, those videos of cave divers where they just crawl through the cave and they don't even know what's on the. It's like, how can you do that?
Yeah.
And sometimes they die.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you ever had an MRI?
No, I
haven't either.
CAT
Have you?
scan.
I've had CAT scans, but I've never been in the MRI tube.
See, my dad
And
had
I think that would freak me out a
MRIs,
little
and
bit.
He had bad claustrophobia, and they had to give him like Valium and.
Yeah, I think that one might freak me out a little bit.
My dad he didn't like elevators. He wouldn't ride elevators. It was. Yeah.
I'll do elevators. They don't bother me.
The next one coming in at 14%, flying. I don't like it, but I can fly.
I'm edgy.
It's the dying in a horrible fiery crash that I don't like.
That's the fear.
That's the part.
We've talked about so many bad flying things, like with the planes, with the poop and the overflow toilets. It's like now I'm more afraid than ever. I think
turtles
to go flying.
and rabbits making them crash. Things I would never have thought of ever. Yeah. Like, are you scared of a turtle while you fly? I am now. Now that we read a story a little while back about a plane that crashed because it hit tried to avoid a turtle and it killed 2 people. I was like, that's terrible.
Yeah, I'm uneasy when I fly. It's not that I'm super afraid.
Yeah.
There's an uneasiness. I have trouble, like, if it's a long flight, I can't sleep on a plane. I because I'm edgy or uneasy. Yeah.
Coming in at 11%, strangers. Like strangers? Stranger danger. I mean, I don't know what has happened. These are adults. Like, I'm not frightened of now, if it was some, guy that looks like he's maybe, up to no good, like I might be a little wary, but I wouldn't call it like a fear. Like, oh, I got a fear of strangers.
Yeah, no, I don't think I have a huge fear of strangers.
It depends on the situation. Sometimes I think a healthy fear of strangers is not a bad thing, but it depends, I guess.
I call it more of an awareness or just situational awareness.
Yeah.
You read the room thing. Like, okay, is this... Yeah, something's hinky here.
I think the people who may have seen me out in public, they probably contributed to that statistic.
Because I assume that's strangers in general.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
the delivery guy or
anybody.
Stuff like that.
At about 8%, zombies are who is worried about zombies? That's not even real.
I say, have you seen a zombie?
No.
That's funny too with zombies because that's like the first fictional thing so far. It's like everything else you could encounter day to day, but zombies is the first fictional one.
How does it
maybe
even make
we can
the list?
encounter them? I don't know.
Okay, and at number again, just under 8%, scared of the dark. Now you may not like as an adult, maybe you don't like darkness, you like the light but scared of the dark? Like when you're a kid, I'm just frightened of the dark because in your mind, look at all the monsters, everything that could be in there getting you.
I'm not scared of the dark. It's what's in the dark.
Well, this is
the dark gets a bad name.
It does. The dark's fine, but it's the things that are lurking around in the dark.
And at about 7.5%, clowns. I don't have a fear of clowns, but
clowns.
I mean, some of them can be creepy. But we grew up with Bozo, and it's like, whatever. And then at just about 7%, ghosts. I don't fear ghosts again because it's not real. Now some people, yes, it is.
Oh, yes, it is.
I don't feel like it's real. I don't feel like it's a real thing.
No, ghosts don't.
But that rounds out the list. I just thought that was interesting with some of those. Like I said, the zombies beating out darkness and clowns and ghosts.
Now, does it? Talking about fears. Does it, or maybe you haven't done it in a long time, but does it bother you to go through a haunted house like one of these?
I haven't done it in a long time, and I don't think it would.
I went through.
Me.
We went. It's been a few years
since
since we did it, but we went through the one in Marquette Heights. It's a good one, and it was edgy.
Yeah,
I mean, it was
See, I don't like subjecting myself willingly to things like that, so. I did it with friends in high school, and
I did it with girls in high school because they would hang on to you.
It's like everyone else had fun. I'm just like, why? It's just like, why are we doing this? I just never.
Out, the girls carrying Greg out of there.
I'm not crying. So you did in high school with your friends though?
Yeah, and I mean, my friend was like one of the actors in one of them. I was just like, why am I putting myself through this?
And you don't love horror movies either, do you?
Well, no, it depends. The ghost ones, they're the ones that freak me out. Like, if I watch a ghost movie, scary movie thing, I got to have the lights on at the house for like 2 weeks afterwards. If it's like people or some other monster or whatever, that doesn't bother me.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough. It's just the ghosts.
I don't like
the demon ones.
That's the ones I don't. Yeah.
I don't like the demon doll either. If you throw those two together,
pretty much doll and any,
I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
I saw somebody post this and it said, a child's laughter is the, how'd they put that? Something like a child's laughter is the most wonderful noise you could possibly hear. It said, unless you're at home alone, then it's the most terrifying.
Yeah,
like, I don't have a child. So, as a kid, did you have, I'll throw one. I'll throw these. I did some kind of silly, but that they did honestly bother me. One, and this was probably because the era we grew up. This was something I saw on TV a lot. Quicksand. We lived by a lake. We went out, I sank into mud, and I remember as a kid thinking, I'm stuck in quicksand. I pulled my foot out, and my shoes stuck in there. I was little. I was probably like 5 or 6. And my shoe stuck in there. My other foot was stuck in.
You're going down.
That's in my head. I'm like, I'm thinking in quicksand. And I finally got out and said, I went back crying. Told my dad, like, there's quicksand. And he goes, it's not quicksand. And we went over and he took a stick. He's like, it's mud. It's just mud. I'm like, it's quicksand. But in the 70s, man, I thought quicksand was a very
it was in all the cartoons.
I was going
and
to
even
die.
in movies and shows.
TV shows always had quicksand.
Yeah.
So that was one of mine.
Yeah.
Mike, did you have? I've got a couple more, but we'll split them up
I got
here.
a couple.
Well, I think my biggest one as a kid was just needle. I hated needles and I hated the doctor's office just because I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
I hated it. And actually tying back into the one we already talked about too, the dark. I hated the dark as a kid. And we grew up in the country and there'd be all sorts of coyotes or, just whatever animal sounds you'd hear in the dark. And it's like, I did not like the dark as a kid. So I understand that part of it. And then kind of my other one we haven't talked about. I had a weirdly irrational fear of like Godzilla. I had seen a Godzilla movie with my dad and I was like, oh my gosh, if Godzilla comes, I'm toast. Like there's nothing I can do to stop Godzilla. And so and then I remembered I had dreams, like multiple recurring dreams where like giant things, like Godzilla sized things would just come and like wipe out my parents' house. Like they were reoccurring like dreams. It was that impactful on me as a kid. And now I watch it, it's like, oh, that's awesome. He's destroying this. But like as a kid, it was like Godzilla and then like giant things.
Well, you'd see Godzilla, like if you go to the movie theater and see it, he's huge,
Yeah.
Or even on TV, he's taller than cities and buildings.
Yeah. And then I think it just like anything just giant, I think is what.
I was kind of that way with the abominable snowman from Rudolph.
Oh, he's freaky. Yeah.
When I was little, I'd see him come on. It was kind of, it's not that I couldn't watch him. I mean, I could watch him on TV.
Oh, Bumble. But see, then at the end, Cornelius tames him, He gets him to put
That's funny you should say that with Godzilla, because I was a little afraid of dinosaurs. I remember, again, we lived by a lake, and I was outside playing. I looked up, and I swore there was a pterodactyl that flew, and that scared me. And what it was a blue heron. You know how when they fly, and their legs and feet are, but it looked just like a tail. And
they got a pretty broad wingspan.
Yeah, and when you're little, it looks humongous flying over the house. And when you said dark, too, I grew up in the country. So if you went out and fed the dogs, we would go across to the barn, and you had to cross across the yard and the driveway. Well, if you were the one that did it and you looked out there, my dad would look out and you left the light on the barn. You had to go turn that light off. And it was inside the barn. So you had to open the door. You had to go in. And so then when you time it, you'd flip that switch and you had to run, shoot out the door, make sure the door's shut, and then you run as fast as you can to the house. And in my mind, something is just behind me. An
always.
inch or two behind me, just swinging its claws at me. I'm like, ah!
Yeah. That was from going up the stairs. From the basement. It's like, turn out the lights and just like run up the stairs. And it sounded like you're on footsteps or whatever, echoing from the stairs.
Yep.
It's something right there.
Yep.
It was just within like fingertip reach of you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we moved here from Alabama, from Alabama to Illinois, houses in Alabama did not have basements. They were mostly on a pad. So when we got here, the first house we moved into, and I was 8, it had a basement. And I was terrified to go in the basement. First off, because it's a room underground. And then second, it was probably 100-year-old house we lived in. And it had one of those giant furnaces, the big aluminum ones that's kind of round. And that thing would come on. And you'd see the fire inside. Terrifying. Come down the stairs. Like you said. And most of the lights in that house on the basement were the pull strings. So it's like it's in the middle of the room. So you got to be able to pull the string, get to the stairs and up before the monster gets you. I mean, so yeah, that was one of my early ones, was the basement. You mentioned a number of mine. Heights, claustrophobia, all those things. So yeah.
Yep. I got a couple other ones. For me, getting amnesia. Another thing that was in shows, people would get hit, like in the 70s, that was a trope. They get hit in the head, and they would forget everything. I was scared that would happen to me. Of course, then you just hit yourself in the head again, and you would come right out of it.
Oh, yeah,
But
you'd come out.
according to television.
But it could be
shows.
days.
It could be days. The other thing, now this is kind of a goofy one, funny, but scared of girls. They had cooties. You ran away from the girls. Like, the girls.
Yeah,
have
up to
cooties.
about 5th, 6th grade, they
Yeah.
had cooties. Yeah.
And now, I'm
Now they have
terrified
cooties
of them.
Now they have
For a
cooties
completely
again.
other reason, but I am terrified of the girls. Yeah, so that was another one. Yeah, and being in the dark, did you ever, like, I remember one time we were building a house. I was little. My brother was 3 years younger than me, so he was real little. Went down to the basement, and I went upstairs first. I flipped the lights off, and he screamed, and I thought that was funny. And my mom and dad said, "You think that was funny?" I said, "No." And they said, "You were laughing." And they made me go down to the basement, go all the way over to the corner, away from the stairs, and they turned the lights off. It was probably 60 seconds. It seemed like an hour and a half. They made it. I came up there and said, "Now, you know how it feels. Don't do it again." It traumatized
Yeah,
me.
the dark was weird. I would literally like time it, like go to the restroom, and I had my pattern down. It's like, okay, crack the door open far enough to get through it. Okay, now walk back over, flush the toilet, run through, hit the light switch on the way out, and run down to my bedroom. And hopefully before the light was completely out.
Yeah.
Because something's chasing you. I mean, I've told you my fear on here before of, Bigfoot coming through my bathroom window.
A very valid fear.
Yes. So I had to get out of the bathroom
You
with the
still have
light
that
on.
one, or is that one that you still carry on today? Or
Well, no, because our bathroom's upstairs.
Oh.
So it'd be hard for Bigfoot to get up there.
he's
When you
big.
hear-
He's
when-
big
yeah.
foot. Big.
I know, but it's second
When you hear the
story.
ladder, that's when it's just time to wrap it up. Just don't take the Jack Link's jerky into the bathroom with you.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't do that.
So, any of these fears lasting today, or do you have any fears today?
Yeah, well, I didn't mention.
Crippling debt.
Never being able to retire,
Yes.
broken down car and house. Yeah. Sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead, Greg.
No, I didn't mention a couple of these from
go
being
ahead.
a kid, but they continue now, which would be heights. I'm still afraid of heights.
Yeah.
I'm still claustrophobic. Not,
Yeah.
I don't think to the extent I was when I was a kid. Spiders and snakes, I'm still kind of afraid of them. Spiders not quite as bad as I used to be. Snakes, I'm terrified of snakes.
I wouldn't call it fear. I have a healthy respect. It's like, look,
Of snakes?
of spiders and snakes.
See, spiders
We
I've
won't
learned
leave
to
each
deal
other
with.
alone. You stay on your area, and I won't bother you. I won't kill you, but don't come around me.
Yeah, no, it's spiders I've gotten better, but snakes I'm still, I'm very uncomfortable.
Here's one, a fear of mine. Texting my wife.
You have a fear of
I
that?
do. You ever text, and this is going to be sexist, so I'm just warning, sexist warning. Whoop, whoop, whoop. No. I will text a yes or no question. Whatever. I don't know. I'll make one. Do we need bread? Boom. Right? And I've got the phone in my hand. Boop, boop, boop. I'll send it. I can see the little window pop up with the 3 dots. Boop. Like,
she's
here it
typing.
goes. Pop, pop, pop. And it'll be like 2-3 minutes. It's like, what is she possibly typing? What could she be typing? It's a yes or no. And then I've had it's like, and then it goes away. And there's nothing. You're like, what? What? And then it comes back up. And now I'm stressed. Like, oh my gosh, what is it? Just give me the answer. It's yes or no. It shouldn't be this hard. I just buy it. Like, oh well, we'll just have extra bread then. I don't.
So
even
that's
care.
created a fear in you
Yes.
of
I
sending the
fear
message.
having to text her. I don't like texting anyway. I'd rather just call and just get it over with. But yeah,
Yes.
texting my wife causes anxiety. She would say, "I don't do that." So, or going through the drive-through sometimes to order because It shouldn't.
Yeah. The
it
fear of
shouldn't-
McDonald's.
Well, the fear of trying to order, and this isn't so much my wife, but other people. It's like, well, let's look. It's like, look, we're in line. I know what I want. Let's get this going. I don't want to be the reason the line now is stalled because, well, what's all on the number 2 volume? It's like, just get it. So anyway, those are 2 of my.
Do you have that fear that you mentioned, the first one of speaking in public?
I don't. I'm not thrilled with it at times, but I don't think I
got
really have
over that one.
Yeah. When I was younger, I did. I'd speech and everything. Now I'm like, who cares? I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not asked to speak in public too often, but I've gotten up at like church or I got to talk to customers who I don't know all the time and give trainings to people that I don't know. And so it's just kind of
like when you work in
whatever.
consulting, that goes away very quickly.
It's like, I don't care.
I'm like half a salesperson. I'm like half a customer service person and giving.
But if you had to speak in front of a room of people, you'd be okay with that?
Yeah. I have many a conference presentation I've done in front of peers who I'm like, who are way smarter than me at what I'm talking about. So it's like,
Good question. How about you? Public speaking.
I've gotten over it. Okay. I mean, I think it stems from church because many times I was on our board and I had to speak in front of the whole church body or whatever. And
good question.
It doesn't bother me anymore at all. And I play keys in our band at church. So I'm in front of people.
You got a big key ring. You pull them up.
Yeah. So I'm in front of people, not speaking, but I'm in front of people. So that fear of what anybody's thinking or anything like, I don't care.
Do you play like different background tunes while you're speaking? So
no, those are all tracks.
The offering was a little low this week. Dun, dun, dun.
We had a pastor once that had me play the Halloween theme during a church service.
That's weird. To me.
Yes. It had to do with what he was talking about, but
still, it's like,
yeah,
it's like, that's a little weird. All right. Anything else?
No.
And then he whips out the big knife, the Michael Myers
That's
knife.
not what I was going to do. Pulls out a mask.
Yeah.
Well,
why are you wearing blue coveralls today?
I also found an article on several phobias. I'm not going to touch on all these, but I wrote down some that kind of intrigued me or got me.
I have a phobia that Doug's going to touch on all of them.
I have a phobia too that I'm going to touch them all, but I don't know. Anyway, so the first one, tepophobia, says the fear of being buried alive. I think that's a very valid.
It's a very
fear.
valid one.
Yeah.
I don't, in general, have that fear because I don't think about it. But if that ever happened, yes, then, or if I felt like that was a threat, or I had, if I had to talk, or I'm going to get thrown in the hole, I'd be talking.
Said that this was such a big fear in the 1700s because of the plague, and people were afraid the doctor would pronounce them dead, and they wouldn't be dead. They created safety coffins that would have like an escape, or they would hold the people for a long time, or they would put a string attached to a bell up there that you could ring it if you woke up. Like, I didn't have a fear until I read that. It's like, that is a nightmare.
No, yeah.
Nowadays, with embalming and everything, there's probably not much chance of you making it back out of there.
Actually, when it was weird when I was still in consulting and I did cemetery mapping, I saw one of those bell setups.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah. It's weird. It was a weird thought because you think about that. It's like, oh my gosh. Can you imagine just waking up pure darkness?
No.
And you're stuck in this little, it's like 4 fears all at once.
Yeah.
Buried alive.
I would just be like, I got this.
And then knowing my luck, it'd be like 5 o'clock on a Friday night and everyone's gone for the weekend. I'm
Yeah.
like, hello, anybody.
Have you ever been stuck in a tight or dark space or anything that?
I was actually stuck in an elevator once. Granted, it was only like, it ended up being like 15 minutes or whatever.
That's
But you don't
enough.
know that during that 15 minutes.
Were you looking for the escape hatch on top?
Well, I was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do in here.
Yeah. I used to have to do inventory in a freezer at a meat packing company. And I was always terrified that door wasn't going to open. And like you said, people had gone home. I always had this vision that I'm stuck in this freezer, which was cold, needless to say. So yeah, I always had a kind of a fear or a intrusive thought about that.
Yeah. A valid intrusive
Yes. So isotrophobia. It's the fear of mirrors. You're scared of mirrors. Now,
I
those
don't
people
like to look in a mirror, but
they're easy to find because they're a mess. Their hair's a mess. Their clothes are strewn. It's like, oh yeah.
Usually the mirrors are afraid of me. They usually crack when I walk in front of one.
5 years of bad luck. Phonophobia.
Which one?
The phonophobia. The fear of sound.
Ooh,
And it's
that'd be
just
tough.
everyday sound. It's not like sounds that hurt your hearing. It could be like a door closing or like a loud conversation. I can't imagine. I don't know what you're afraid is happening, but
I don't have that one.
I don't either. No, this one I like. Numerophobia. The fear of numbers. Just numbers in general.
Any specific number? Or 3.
I don't know.
Afraid
It
of
could
3.
be any numbers. What? So I'm assuming you would not be watching like the count on Sesame Street's like your biggest worry. One. Stop! Megan, stop! That's you go to the haunted house. That's your. Oh my God! There's the count. Take off running. Or the number of people that you used to have the blow up number of people in kindergarten or first grade.
Yeah.
I can't imagine you just flunked. I can't do the number of people. I can't do them.
You couldn't order a pizza. You couldn't give your address out.
No.
What's your address?
We couldn't dial the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, a thalassophobia.
Oh, I know this one. The fear of the deep or not being able to fully see or
Yeah, the ocean or deep open waters.
Yeah.
I could potentially have that one.
That one doesn't bother me, although I will say as I've gotten older, I don't know what this is, but I have found myself, I don't know, this is probably in the last 5 or 6 years. I was outside and I was laying on the deck. I was mowing, I just stopped and I just laid back and I looked up, I was looking at the sky. I got a horrible, weird feel. I felt like I was like spinning almost, like I don't know what's happening. And now it's gotten to where I can't just look at a wide open sky. Like,
Lori doesn't like that vast.
I don't know what it is. I've never had that before.
So like there's this over in Peoria Heights, there's this tower that you can go up on and look over the city. And we've gone up that. And for me, it's to look down the side of it, the sheer height freaks me out. Whereas Lori says looking out and the vastness, that bothers her.
I love those panoramic.
Do you?
views. Don't go to Big Sky Country. It's like,
I've been through there. I've been to Montana.
just don't look up.
Yeah. Looking out doesn't bother me. It's if I just look straight up, it's like, I can't. I don't know. And not always. A certain, I don't know if it's certain skies or if there's no clouds and it's just vast. I don't know what it is.
So don't become an astronaut.
No, I wouldn't.
So is the fear of ocean is knee deep considered vast?
I don't think so.
Not
and
quite.
worried about sharks
I
coming
think
up?
it's like you were just in the middle of the ocean, just drop you in there.
Yeah, see, I would not like that at all.
I don't think I would like that either. You look down, you just don't see anything but just darkness. Yeah. Ephobiphobia. Now, Mike, you may have this one coming up. Fear of teenagers or adolescents.
I think Nirvana wrote a song about this.
Yes. I think you're right. So, yeah, if you're scared of teenagers, are you scared of teenagers? You will be. Let's see here. I got a few more. Aerophobia says this is the fear of fresh air. Like, who is that?
I welcome that.
Give me some stinky, dirty fog and smog. This says or air movement such as drafts or breezes.
Well, that'd be tough.
That would be.
That would
tough.
be.
And
I'm going to flip the fan on.
No, don't do it. Please don't do it. Okay, this one I'm going to do my best. I'm going to butcher this one, which is kind of ironic what they've done here. So, hippopotomonstro sesquipedaliophobia. So it's HIPPOPOTOMONSTRO-SESQUIPEDALIOPHOBIA. QUIPPEDALIOPHOBIA. And you know what that is? The fear of long words. It's like I feel like you're just rubbing salt in the wound of it. You don't like long words. You know what that's called? Hippopotamonstrosesquipedalic. Like you can't even tell people what you have. I can't even tell you what my affliction is because it scares me.
You would think they would have made that a short word.
Yeah, I would have. Again, I feel like they're just rubbing salt in the wound at this point. The last one I have is, I think this is Greg's. Urophobia. The fear of urinating. Yours is more the fear of making sound while you urinate. For those who don't know, Greg
I'm not afraid to urinate.
Greg does not like to make any noise when he urinates. He's like that. He's like the ninja peer.
Well, you can't let Bigfoot know you're in the bathroom.
Right. You gotta, silent.
So I don't know. Did you have any other phobias you were wanting to bring up before? That was the last one I had really gotten a hold of or saw that I thought, it's kind of.
Do you have the emetophobia? The
it's on my screen right now.
Fear of vomiting.
I don't like that one.
I used to really. I'd fight it for
I
everything.
Still do.
I fight not to do it, but anymore, it's like if I know it's there, it's like it's happening.
I fight not to do it until you get to that tipping point where then I'm just like, just get it over with. But I will try everything I can at first. Like, all right, I'm going to try to take something to get rid of the nausea. I'm going to try to sit, maybe sip on a little Sprite, lay back, put a cold compress on my head. I'll try everything. Like, I don't want to throw up. Now, my son, even as a little kid, he throws up he just walked in as a little kid. He come out of the bathroom one time. I don't even know if he was in school yet. My wife's like, what were you doing in the bathroom? He goes, I just threw up. He went back and played. I'm like, if I threw up, I'd be a mess. Like, I threw up.
Come wipe my forehead.
No, I know that's the joke with men. Like, if you get a sickness, I'm not like that with sickness. I mean, I work through everything. I work through colds and flus. But if I throw up, I'm a big baby with throwing up. I don't know if it.
Every time I throw up, it's like you can tell my face. I get all the
splotches.
Yeah. And it's just once, and then it looks like I'm a zombie at that point.
And then he's afraid of himself for that.
Yeah. Then the mirror fear kicks in.
There's so many.
It's a snowball at that point.
Yeah.
I like number 22, somnophobia. Somnophobia is the fear of initiating sleep.
It's not sleeping. It's just don't initiate.
I don't think I have that. I think Lori has that. Because anytime I start to initiate sleep, she's I guess she would be the one. Yeah, she tries to stop my sleep when I'm. She doesn't want to initiate sleep.
Hey,
I'm kidding, dear.
I can just roll over and bam, I'm out.
Well, I am too. That's what I say. And she has a fear of initiating sleep.
Yeah. Any other ones you just wanted to go through, or because I'm out?
Oh yeah. Are there more? Was there any good ones?
There was I don't know. 20.
I like panophobia, fear of everything.
Fear of everything.
I'm afraid of everything, and more.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of them. A lot of them are just kind of whatever.
Fear of clothing.
Yeah.
Fear of food. I don't know many people that have that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
But anyway, anything else? Well, let's go trick-or-treating then. Let's do something. Let's get away from the fear. Because even as a kid, with Halloween, fear, I did not like the fear part. I'm like Mike. I don't like being scared. I like comedy. I like action. And I like candy. So let's go get some candy. So with your trick-or-treating, I got a couple things. I want to talk about some of the worst candy out there. But then before we do that, did you have a sought after or a go-to candy that was like, okay, I have a mission, I've got to find these?
Well, the obvious one is, Ross thinking it.
Yes, we are.
That's the.
But
that is the sought after. That's
Mine would be, I would just go for any chocolate. Basically any chocolate I could get. Hershey's, it could just be the plain Hershey's, or like Crunch, Three Musketeers, Kit Kat, any of the chocolates. I could go for the chocolates all day.
See, out of those you just mentioned. I'd eat all those, but I would have ranked them with, see if they got them. Hershey, or Reese's, Hershey, Crunch. Actually, no, I would have went Reese's, Crunch, Hershey, Three Musketeer, and then Kit Kat would have been the last for me.
See, for me, it's Reese's is one, and then the rest are like 1A, 1B, 1. You know,
That's
it's
kind of
like,
how I am.
yeah, and it's like okay, I get like Smarties or whatever.
I would probably throw
chocolate.
Almond Joy in there though. I love Almond Joys too.
I didn't care for coconut.
See, I love it.
If it had chocolate on it, I'm game.
You're
Like
in?
that's yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Funny one. When I was a kid, I was thinking about it when I read you had this on here today. One I always liked to get, and it was kind of a go-to because I didn't get them very often, was the Butter Rum Lifesavers.
I love Butter Rum Lifesavers.
And every once in a while, back in the 70s, 60s, they had those smaller rolls.
Yeah.
They were about this
Like a
long.
half roll
They
or
had
something.
like, 6 in it or something.
Yep.
And you'd get those Butter Rum Lifesavers.
And if they had them for a while, they all just turned into like one giant piece of candy.
clump.
You open it up, it's just a big clump of butter rum. Like,
What a great flavor, though.
yeah, I love butter rum.
And I haven't eaten those in years, but
No, I get them once in a while. They're good.
But
Now you got
Reese's
me
was my
craving.
go-to.
Oh yeah, Reese's was my go-to. Another thing, if you ever heard of a house that was giving out full-size candy bars,
Oh, yeah.
we are giving out full-size candy bars this year. We've done that the last few years because Costco has them on sale.
Yeah.
Get 30 candy bars for $19, full size. I'm like, all right. And we don't have
I
a
eat
ton.
6 of them. And
We don't have a ton of trick-or-treaters usually. So we got that. And then we also got like a little goodie bag that we got, like the cheap, junky little, I was going to say dollar stuff, but it's like $4 stuff now. But we make a little bag of like a bouncy ball that looks like an eye, or, glow in the dark bracelet. And
so I don't know in the Costco ones what's in the full-size candy bars, but do you
there's
go
different
through
boxes.
them and pick out ones that's like, well, if these don't all get taken, I would eat these. So you give the kids all the other ones.
Well,
Do you pre-pick them?
in the box that we got, it's Reese's,
See, the kids wouldn't get those.
it's Crunch, it's Hershey, and it's Kit Kat. Those are
All the ones
four.
he mentioned.
Yeah, so I didn't. Now they have another one which I will call like the B box. They had like a Babe Ruth and some things like it.
The zero bar.
Fine, I would eat that, but I'm like, it's the same price. Now you got more candy bars with that one, like 36.
Well, it's
for
because they're the
$20.
bees.
But I'm like, we don't get that many candy bar or the kids, and besides, I'm giving out the best candy. That's what I want. But the sought after ones were definitely that. What about any like novelty stuff? Did you ever like the candy necklace? That was always, when you're little, that was always kind of a fun thing to get,
Yeah.
something like that.
Even in our day, the like wax vampire teeth, something like that. You
Or
know.
the wax, the little wax bottles with the juice in it.
Did you ever get one that was like an orange like whistle? It looked kind of like a xylophone. It was narrow on one end and it got wider, but it had
was
like
wax?
liquid in it, and you could bite the ends off and drink the liquid, but you could blow
wasn't it
through
wax?
it and it would whistle. Yeah, it was
Yes,
wax.
yeah,
and
I
it would
do remember
whistle.
those.
Yeah,
And then you chew the wax, and it
chew
was like,
the wax. Yeah,
yeah, it was weird that we chewed wax, but
Yeah.
that's what we did. It's like, ooh.
taught us to chew young.
Yeah. They had the wax lips, or they had the wax like vampire teeth ones,
Yeah.
too. And you'd put them and you could chew them up, and
Yeah.
they were kind of flavored a little bit, like more or less like a
There
little
was
sweet.
a little bit of there was a lot of wax in our years
had a
because
lot
you
of
had
wax.
because like you had a lot
And
of
we
like
loved
the
it.
wax.
It was such a treat.
The little wax soda bottles. You'd bite
Yeah,
the top
that was
off,
that was the
and
ones
it
I
had
was
a
talking
liquid.
about.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Now we're going to be talking about some of the worst candies, and I found an article. I didn't put it on here, but I was looking at different things. That was listed as one of the worst candies. Like, why wouldn't have called that a worst? I wouldn't buy a go-to, but it was not a
No, but I
worst
like the
by
liquid
any-
inside of it.
any stretch of the imagination.
I can already tell you what number one of the worst.
Of the worst.
The worst one.
Are you going to go?
Yeah.
Are we going to go to worst now?
Well, let's go ahead. We'll go to the worst. So
Give me one guess. I can tell you what it is.
I want to see if mine lines up with yours. I don't think mine will though.
No, because Greg's an apologist for this one.
Oh, I am.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yours might not be the same as mine because I've got one. I wrote mine down. Go ahead.
It's candy corn. Easily
Oh.
candy corn.
That's
Yeah.
number 2. But now I have a caveat that I'm going to have to put on mine. I put Peeps. Now, Peeps was not a Halloween candy as a kid. It
No,
is
it
now.
wasn't. It
Now
is
they
now.
have them. Now, I saw them. I'm like, oh.
And every flavor you can imagine.
I hate Peeps. I hate them. I hate them with a passion. They're the worst candy.
I can't imagine going trick-or-treating and getting Peeps. That would be weird.
They have
That
like
would
a
be
ghost
weird.
peep,
Yeah.
and they have like a Frankenstein head peep, and it's like,
And maybe people would give out a single one. Like there's the little bit bigger ones that are single pack.
Yeah.
Maybe people would give those out. I don't know.
and that's what
Yeah.
they're doing. I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm trick or treating and you throw a peep in my bag,
Throw it back.
you are getting TP'd and your windows are soaked. Boom, done. And I'll probably shove that stupid peep right on your windshield and just have it stick there so you can see it in the morning. Nobody wants your peep. I had
Yeah.
candy corn first, but then I saw the peeps. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna put peeps just above the candy corn.
I'm not
But
as
candy
much
corn
of an
is-
apologist for the Peeps as I am the candy corn.
Candy
You
corn's
mix
the
some
worst. No.
dry roasted nuts in
I don't
there.
want it.
They're
Well, now
fantastic.
I've got a project. Here, you want some candy?
Oh, a
Hey, got you a
project.
craft project.
Oh, a project.
You have to go to the store and get some nuts if you want to make it edible.
Oh, here's the project. Okay, mix. There we go.
As a kid, did you just have honey roasted peanuts readily
Not
available
honey
at your
roasted,
in
dry
your-
roasted.
Oh, dry roasted peanuts.
Yes.
In your bedroom, like, oh, this is just in case I get some candy corn.
You never know. Well, you might get the little pack of Planters saltines or something. You can mix those together.
So I would say candy corn for sure. Like I said, the Peeps I put down now because I just saw that, but we never got Peeps was not only a Easter thing when I was a kid.
Well, my worst was neither of those.
All right, what go?
Mine was the Good and Plenty. Black licorice.
Yeah. They're white and pink.
Yes.
They have black licorice inside. Now, did you like? I like the Good and Fruities.
The Good and Fruities are fine.
You can't even find them.
I don't
even know
like
they make
black
Good and
licorice,
Fruities.
so
My dad loved it. I'm not a big fan. I will eat a piece or two.
would you eat
more
them
out of
as a
nostalgia.
Good and Plenty, though? They had the candy shell and the black
No,
licorice.
he just ate just a piece of black licorice. He
Those
didn't
were
like the candy.
gross. I hated those.
But I wouldn't have put them as my number one. I have
They
candy
were my
corn.
one.
Another one on my list, Smarties. I am not a fan of Smarties.
I can
just
take
don't-
them or leave
They
them.
don't have any taste.
Nah, no, they're okay.
They're just powdery.
Yeah.
And some people said Necco wafers, which are similar, but
I
think
didn't care
Necco
for
wafers,
those, though. They were kind of chalky.
I think they're better than the Smarties.
I think I'd go Smarties over Necco's.
Oh, I don't know. So, yeah, so I had candy corn, Smarties. You have any others?
I got one
Go
more.
ahead.
You could kind of take it to either name, but I think the Mary Janes
Okay.
or more modern Bit Honey. Talk about cracking teeth out, man.
My mom loved
Maple,
honey.
and I like maple, but there's something about those. I mean,
My
I
mom
just
loved maple honey.
did not like them.
I didn't have those. I had those peanut butter kisses. Now that sounds fantastic.
The what? The black and orange wrap ones?
Yes, it is not good. You want some peanut butter kisses? That sounds. I like Hershey kisses. I love peanut butter.
Funny,
That's not
I
what
liked
this
them when
is.
I was a kid. Now, not so much.
So I never did like those. And the last one on my list, Red Hots. I hate Red Hots. Just if you got those as a red, just
Yeah. Did you like Jawbreakers?
yeah,
Yeah.
they weren't my favorite. But if I got them, I'm like, yeah, I'll do Jawbreaker.
I could take or leave Red Hots again.
I could not think of what that was. I was trying to look it up vigorously. Tootsie Rolls was my.
Oh, Tootsie
I'm
Roll.
not a fan of Tootsie
Just the
Rolls.
regular Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah.
Because have you ever had the fruit ones?
No.
Oh, I love the fruit
The
ones.
fruit ones are good.
Yeah,
Never had them.
you need to try the fruit ones. They're good.
Yes.
I feel like some Halloweens it'd be like half my bucket was Tootsie Rolls. I'm
Well,
just
yeah,
like,
because they're cheap.
I don't want the Tootsie Rolls.
Yes, please don't give
I
me a
would
bag of-
eat them, but they would be eaten very last.
They were, yeah, they were
they're
the,
like-
I've eaten all
like,
the other good candy.
And
My mom's like, "You have some cheese." I guess I'm going to the Tootsie Roll.
I'd have a couple, but then it's like I'm already maxed out. I don't want any more.
Well, if you ate like more than 4, your jaw locks up. Like,
Yeah.
I can't chew any more Tootsie Rolls. They're rock hard.
It'd be like if you gave money to the Lions Club, they would give you the giant Tootsie Roll.
Yeah. I kept this just the candy because I didn't want pencils or a nick. I was like, I want candy.
Yeah.
Now,
How about coins?
somebody I work with, they went to a trunk or treat. Well, coins, that was money, but yeah, they went to a trunk or treat for their kids' school. And he showed me a setup, and they did like a Bears setup, and they had bowls of candy and everything. Next to them was a dentist. They was giving out toothpaste and toothbrush. I'm like, if I get a toothbrush, that's worse than a peep. Okay, at least the peep is sugar. I don't want a toothbrush. And you're like, well, we're worried for your health. It's one day a year.
Yes.
It's one. Yes, if I'm eating candy every day, and maybe that's what kids are doing now. When I was a kid, we didn't get candy. I mean, my mom.
Well, how
didn't
long
keep candy.
did your bag of Halloween candy last?
Not long. I would wipe it out as soon as I could possibly get it.
Because I would keep that. Man, I'm that prized possession.
But see, you grew up in a house that had a pantry full of junk food. We didn't get a lot of junk food. We had a little bit. My mom would dole that out, and we would sneak it. So that candy was like, I can't be wasting time with candy corn and stuff. Now, it was all candy I would eat. But it's like, look, I got to go for good stuff. I have one chance to get a haul that's got to last me for a while. That's it. This is my chance. This is my shot.
Now, how did you feel about popcorn balls?
No, I want candy. Again, that's just taking up space in my bag.
Or B, an orange?
Oh, the orange is coming back
It's
at
like,
you about 25 miles an hour.
You're going to put a hole in my bag. Don't put that heavy thing in there.
Orange? I get fruit at home. I don't need fruit. I'm not a sailor. I'm not going to get scurvy. This isn't 1822.
Yeah, no oranges, please.
Let's throw something with some sugar and a brightly colored wrapper in here now.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Did you ever get anything in your bag that was just like, wow, this is amazing? I mean, like, nothing's really coming to mind, but I mean, I always was up for the Reese's.
That was
but
the full size.
If you ever got a full size candy
Yeah.
bar, that would be a big thing.
That was a prized
And
possession.
kids would even be saying, "Hey, this house down here, they have a full size Hershey's." You're like, "Oh my gosh, look out!" You just run
yeah,
through
because you're
people's
praying
yards.
they don't run out before you get there.
You could be at the door and somebody's giving you a fun size. You just run, like, leave. I'll be back later. Like, I got to get I'll come back for your crappy Tootsie Rolls, but I got to get the full size candy bar right now.
And Doug gets up there. Here's your full size Tootsie Roll.
Oh,
No.
that's bad too. A foot long Tootsie Roll. Ugh. All right, so I put as far as the worst candies, I think peanut butter kisses has got to go on the list.
Yeah,
Red Hots. Red Hots are the worst.
Yeah.
Would you put Smarties on there?
Not for me, because me personally, I'm okay with them.
They're like 50-50 for me.
Okay.
I would put Tootsie Rolls on there personally before I would put Smarties.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Tootsie Rolls
Yeah.
and candy corn.
Number one.
All right, I want my good and plenty's on there if you're going to put candy corn.
I'm trying to get down to 4. I want to ask you a question. So, what would you just absolutely have to have? I tell you what, I'll give you good and plenty's. So let's see.
Because I would take a Tootsie Roll over good and plenty.
We'll take Smarties and candy corn off of there.
No, candy corn's fine if you want to leave it on.
We'll take Smarties and.
It's definitely not a preferred Halloween candy to get.
See, I think you got to go candy corn. We'll go 5. All right. So in your bag, I will let you remove one of these candies. Which one of these would you absolutely? So you got candy corn, peanut butter kisses, Red Hots, Tootsie Rolls, and good and plenty's. What are you pulling out of your bag?
No contest for me. It's candy corn. I don't want it. I'm good.
I got to go with my good and plenty's. I just don't care for black licorice.
For me, it's the Red Hots. I hate Red Hots. I hate them. They were not a good. They burn your mouth. It's like,
well, it's cinnamon.
I don't like it. I'm not a fan of good and plenty's, but like I will eat them. I'm not a fan of Tootsie Rolls. I would eat them. Candy corn. I would eat candy corn. Again, we didn't get a lot of candy. It would be the very last thing that would be left. It would be rock hard because it would probably be December. But I'd be like, I get it.
It's still sweet.
I'd make a game of it. I'd bite the white off and then the orange and the yellow.
I didn't have all that wax stuff. So
yeah.
Candy corn is wax for me. Is basically.
See, it was maybe that's what it is that we were used to wax lips where you couldn't even eat. You just chewed it and spit it out. This is like, well, I can at least eat this wax.
And candy corn is probably the only one of those that wouldn't be gross by December. It's going to be somewhat normal.
Be preserved till next Halloween.
It's gross when you get it fresh.
So
it's already gross.
To wait till December.
It can't get any worse than when it's fresh. It's like, this is as bad as it will ever get.
Yeah.
And you can still make.
I don't know if that's a
you can
good or
still
a
make
bad thing.
vampire teeth out of them too.
You could. So, all right. Well, let's move on to our last thing we're going to do here. Classic Halloween movie monsters. So I went with classic because I was looking up different monsters and stuff. And so, of course, there's some that I did not put on here. Mike's Godzilla. I'm trying to keep the list somewhat
The classic.
short.
Yeah,
Now,
I don't think of
classic.
Godzilla as so much of a
Halloween.
It's not a Halloween
That was
guy.
why I
Yeah.
did not put him on. He's a great movie.
He can destroy
monster.
Tokyo whenever.
Yeah, he doesn't need Halloween.
He doesn't have a calendar.
Yeah.
So I found a list, and I thought it was a pretty good list. It listed Dracula, Frankenstein monster, the Mummy, Wolfman, the Invisible Man, the creature from the Black Lagoon, or a gill man. So there was a couple different kinds of those kind of watery monsters. And Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I thought that's a pretty good.
Yeah.
And so out of those, have you guys watched any of the old classics with?
Oh,
any
yeah.
of the, okay, so have I. So I like all of them. What's probably your favorite? If I had to nail you down to your favorite one of these, like here you can watch. What are you watching? I know mine.
I got one.
I'm going Dracula.
No.
That was mine.
I was Dracula as well.
See, I went Frankenstein's monster.
Did you?
Something
Not
about
bad.
that. I like Frankenstein's monster. But yeah, just
Dracula was so mysterious and, only coming out.
Look into my eyes.
Yes. I will suck your blood.
Bleh, bleh. See, now, I think with Mike's fear of needles and blood that would have went another way.
It's not the blood that bothers me. It's the needle. And his needles are like, they're kind of built in. It's like the syringe, the doctor's syringe. That's where I tap out.
Who would your second place be?
I didn't like the thought of a guy sucking on my neck. So I'm like, I'm out on that one.
My second would have been Frankenstein.
Frankenstein's?
Yeah.
See, go ahead. Do your
Go ahead.
second. Do your second.
I'm not 100% sure, so go ahead.
I'm kind of I do this every year. I'm going Invisible Man. Kevin Bacon.
This is the classic, though.
Well, I know it's Invisible Man.
Kevin Bacon's not the classic.
Well, I know he did do a version.
I don't know what your obsession is with the Invisible Man. See, I was going to go Wolfman. I think I like the Wolfman.
The ability to become invisible is just.
I guess. Maybe that's something about Greg's psyche. If he feels unseen, he feels like no one sees him. He is the Invisible Man.
Well, I don't want to be heard in the bathroom.
No.
So
he's the silent Invisible Man. Or now, would it bother you to be heard in the bathroom if no one could see you? If they just heard the noise, they open the doors like
if the bear's in the woods,
nobody
if
in
the
here.
pump's in the woods, or whatever.
There's nobody in here, so they wouldn't know that you were making the noise.
What's that noise?
Well, ghosts have to use the bathroom too, so.
Yeah, well, I'm not sharing with them.
Yeah.
Well, he's not a ghost.
Well,
He's a man that's just invisible.
Yeah. But if you walked in, you wouldn't know.
Now, is your urine invisible at that point?
I
don't know. Does it stay invisible once it leaves, or does it become visible?
Well, yeah,
then?
once it hits the air, does it?
I don't know how. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't
No.
understand how that works. We need a ruling.
They've never portrayed that in the movies.
No, they did not.
That would be weird, though.
I'm sure there's probably a mummy movie prior to the more recent mummies, but I also like those too. So
Yep. Well, I got before we're going to play a little game, but before we do that, I found an article here that the real life origin of some movie monsters. So I'll give you guys a few, just real brief. So the number one, Dracula, says the most notable is from 1931, and of course there's been umpteen different remakes and TV shows and everything. But, and I'm sure a lot of people already know, the figure Count Dracula is based on a historical ruler of Transylvania, Prince Vlad III, Vlad the Impaler. Yep.
Vlad.
Some historians claim that he ordered the death of more than 80,000 people while serving as the military leader, and he would have them impaled and left as a warning to the armies that are coming in to try to invade their country.
So he didn't bite their necks or anything.
No. Well, not that we know of. Now, I put this one on here. This was before I even knew that you liked it because but Godzilla. It says World War II came to an end with nuclear bombings, so that got everybody thinking about, what would happen. Anxiety associated from the aftermath is what inspired Godzilla. And, of course, in Japan, it was real top of mind for them because they were the ones that were had the bomb dropped on them, so that
yes.
They took that fear and then turned it into
a monster.
Movie franchise, a monster, the fear of the nuclear age. So zombies, which is apparently a fear of a lot of adults that we had no idea. But this actually got its root in Haitian voodoo priests, which were said to have a reputation to administer drugs on their hapless victims, and it would turn their bodies would still move, but they would be out of their mind and appear dead. So they would call the living dead or zombies.
Yep.
This is not a Halloween monster, but Jaws. It's the fear of the ocean, fear of Jaws.
Fear of being out in the depth of the ocean in the middle.
Yep. It says this actually got its start in 1916 as there was a shark attack in the summer of 1916 in New Jersey. During a 2-week period, a shark killed 4 individuals and severely wounded a 5th. And it rocked the eastern seaboard and shocked people. It scared people. They wouldn't even go into the water. And they took that news article and they turned that into
the movie.
The book, and then
the book. Yeah,
and then the movie. Werewolves, and I had kind of heard this.
They're wolves.
Yes, they're wolves. They're cats. This was actually inspired by a string of serial killings, I believe, in France. Like some young girls were getting killed from some village. It doesn't give me all the information here, but the villagers went out and somebody had said they saw a real hairy looking beast that walked like a man. And so now the guy that said that, he probably was the serial killer. So if I saw it was a wolf man,
he looked like a wolf. He howled at the moon.
He took off. Let's see, a couple more real quick. Frankenstein monster. During the 19th century, the upper crust, so the well-to-do, wealthy people, would go to these gruesome science shows where scientists would take dead animals and they would, and I'm going to use like air quotes, reanimate the tissue with electricity. So basically probably just getting the nerves but it would shock and jerk around. Well, one of the attendees to one of these shows was Mary Shelley, who wrote Frankenstein or the modern Prometheus. So in 1818, she wrote Frankenstein after seeing these experiments done. Last one I'll talk about is, which I thought this was kind of interesting. I didn't know this one. The Blob. In 1950, 2 police officers, Joe Keenan and John Collins, reported witnessing a strange object fall from the sky in Philadelphia. Where the mysterious object landed, Keenan and Collins found a pile of purple goo. When they touched it, the goo vanished. Sure, the account ruined the police officer's reputation, but it also inspired the true B-rated blockbuster, The Blob.
The Blob.
That's right. So that's kind of some of the real-life stories behind some of these. Now, so we got that done. I thought we'd play a real quick little game. With these 7 monsters, we are each going to get to pick one monster, and that's going to be our team. So did we decide they're going to be us 3 and our monsters against the remainders, and we got to try to win? We'll kind of draft our monsters and see if we can figure. So we each get to pick a monster, and we have to fight to the death. It's not gonna go well for me probably, but we will pick our monsters, and us 3 and our monsters will have to fight the remaining one. So Mike, we'll start youngest. We'll let you go first. Who are you picking?
All right. Well, for me, I'm going Dracula, and I'm going Dracula because he's centuries old, so he's got the wisdom of
the ages.
He's the brains maybe of the operation. Well, and who else are you going to want on your team besides the Impaler? You know what I mean? Like
Draining the blood.
He's got the menacing aura and whatnot. So he's going to be my tactician, and he's going to strike fear for me. So all of them are going to have a downside. So his downside, we have to do this at night. We have to do this at night so
Attack
Dracula
at night.
can, yes, so he can help with
And
this
almost
mission.
every Dracula I've ever seen, he's always a little wafy. I mean, he's a little on the thin side. I know he's only drinking blood, but I worry some of these other ones are kind of.
The more modern adaptations give him a little bit more.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. The movie I saw lately with him, it was really good. But yeah, he was terrifying in that one. So yeah, we're gonna maybe pretend like he's not like a twig. So we'll just maybe go that way. But I'm gonna take Dracula for his expertise, his centuries of experience, and the fear he impales people with. So let's do that.
Yeah. So he's impaling people how? With his teeth? Is he doing the traditional
I'm hoping
sucking blood?
Whatever he can grab, you know what I mean? Like,
Because, well, there's impaling, like where you take something but Dracula's kind of known for sucking blood out of,
hey, he can put him on the pike and then suck the blood. I don't care. As long as he keeps us.
Well, the
keeps us
reason
safe.
I was, he's not going to be.
I think we got to keep them to what they're classically known for.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's fine. Okay, so
Yeah.
even if we lose the impaling or whatnot, that's fine.
He gave up impaling.
I guess that's Vlad, maybe. We'll
yeah.
keep that Vlad.
I like the.
But he can fly. He's got the vampire wings.
Well, yeah,
maybe.
flips to a bat,
Yeah.
He can hypnotise people if he can get them
Yeah.
to look into his eye.
Yeah. So overall, I like Dracula.
And he brings the aura. You did it better than I can do it. But
Look into my eye.
yes.
Yeah. So I like his wisdom of
almost.
the. Yeah. No, too sexy.
No, Dracula, no.
He's got the Riz. I mean, we need Riz, and he's got Riz. So
No, what I was getting to is, I like his, of the ages. I like all of that. And I like Dracula. His method of killing might be a little slow or something. I mean, it's like he's got to latch on, suck him dry of blood. That could take a little while.
but then he could convert. Maybe they become vampires.
Well,
and maybe slowly but
that's true.
We do have a
surely.
little bit of a problem because does Frankenstein have a lot of blood? And the Mummy. We're going to see, I'm not saying, no, we got a team. So, but this is, now they all have weaknesses. This is one. Now
Yeah.
maybe he can. Maybe he can hypnotize them. We don't know. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm sticking with Dracula.
Now, I like your conviction.
Yes.
Hey,
Go
Greg,
ahead. You're
no,
next.
I'll
next
let you
to
go
me.
ahead. Go ahead.
All right.
Let me just go ahead and pencil in the Invisible Man. We already know where this is going. No surprises here.
I'll deviate from that. I like the Invisible Man, but I'll deviate
We
from that.
understand that.
I am going Wolfman.
Ah.
Just he shreds things from limb to limb. He's very aggressive. He's strong. Again, he's got to be at night, but we got to watch the moon, though.
Yeah.
We can't have a full moon going on.
we can't have any silver anywhere near us.
No,
at
no
all.
silver.
So
We got to keep away from the silver.
Now, I'm
But it's
assuming
strong.
that this isn't like in a room. This will be in kind of like in a game. You have a battle arena,
Yeah.
so you got a
Yeah.
big
Capture the
open area.
flag.
There's inside and outside things, so we can kind of move around a little bit.
Yeah. So who's yours?
I don't know. See, I'm a little worried with you going Wolfman after Dracula, because if it gets daylight, we're in big trouble.
We are in trouble.
We are in big trouble.
We have
What do you
to
want me to
win
flip
before
back
the
to my
sun comes
Invisible Man?
Well, see, I picked Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde because
I
when
thought
he's
of
not
him.
Mr. Hyde, who is a beastly strong, terrible, just awful. I mean, he does horrible things. He's super strong. When he's Dr. Jekyll, though, he's super smart. So I'm like, either way, maybe let's say his formula wears off, maybe he can think of something else to come up with. Like, okay, we can formulate this plan. Boom.
We might have.
I was going to go Wolfman, and
We
you
might
took it,
have a
which is
push
fine.
for power between
Yeah.
Dracula and Dr. Jekyll because they're both going to be wanting to run the show. They're both smart. They're both.
Now
We might have a power struggle.
We got to fight Frankenstein's mummy, Frankenstein's monster, the mummy, the Invisible Man, and the Gill Man. So those,
See, I think we can live with that.
I think we can too. I think we've done all right. Now the Invisible Man is going to be that's a little more tricky.
Yeah,
Well,
but we can work around that because I'm sure Dracula can smell his blood, and we can find.
Dr. Jekyll will figure out something.
I was going to say,
Maybe
we can find ways to
throw,
expose him.
like powder up, and it'll
Yeah,
get on him
yeah.
or something.
Maybe. Or the mummy could throw some rap on him.
No.
We're against the mummy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
See, the mummy is actually, I think, the one we should maybe be worried about the most because we got to stop the source
He's
of
already
the mummy.
dead.
Well, he is.
That's my problem. He's already dead.
Yeah, it's a good and a bad thing because we got to find the source of whatever is his curse or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But as far as defensively, what can the mummy do to us?
I think he's just gonna. His thing is he's just gonna be around. I don't know how easy it is to get rid of him. You know what I mean?
Well, I think traditionally, didn't the mummy take body parts to try to make himself whole, or is that more of a modern thing?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe?
I haven't watched a lot of Mummy.
Not older ones.
No.
Usually they're slow moving and kind of. They're after their coin or whatever. If you stole a coin,
And then, they're kind of like Frankenstein's monster. He just kind of lumbers around.
Yeah.
You know, he's gonna be strong though.
Oh yeah, very strong.
But
I
I'm
mean,
not-
Gill Man, I think as long as we stay away from the water, we're gonna be okay. I like our chances. Again, unless if it gets into daytime, where it might be in trouble.
We might be in trouble.
But then your
Yeah.
Wolfman just turns into a regular weakling little man, and
Yeah.
Dracula goes to his coffin. We're done.
He's like, I'm out.
we can't be eating garlic or anything either around Dracula. He doesn't like that.
No, my concern with Dracula is that if we're the only ones with blood, he maybe have to tap into one of us. Gets a little hungry if we can't get this done in a hurry. So you got to keep your eyes on Dracula. You got to keep him under wraps.
See, I don't think part of it too is like I don't think I want to fight Dracula either because like, it kind of scares me a little bit.
Yeah, he does me too. He's probably the most scary to me out of all the monsters.
Yeah,
I mean,
like I say,
Wolfman
he can flip
stuff,
to a
but
bat too, and that's kind of creepy.
he can fly around.
Maybe he can summon Ozzy for us.
Yeah, maybe he can. All right.
How do you think?
Oh, go ahead.
Just real quick, how do you think these old monsters would stack up against new monsters? So you got, let's say,
Not very well,
I
probably.
don't know, what would new monsters be? I mean, you slashers like Michael Myers, Nightmare on Elm Street, but are there any new
Are they monsters?
monsters?
That's what I see. That's for the hard
Well,
thing.
as much as the Invisible Man is. I mean,
I guess
or Drac. I mean,
yeah.
I figured Greg would just say the Invisible Man's just misunderstood. He's not a monster.
he is misunderstood.
He's just misunderstood.
He was in Footloose.
I guess you could call them monster. I mean, in their own right, they're their movie's monster, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess there's monsters like the Stranger Things, the Demogorgon.
Yeah,
there's
all the Dungeons and Dragons,
all that stuff. There's been other monster movies. We don't have to do anything to it right now, but I was just thinking,
Trimmers.
wonder how they would stack up against.
You got the worm things,
Well,
the graboids and Trimmers.
And I think with the zombies,
Well, The Walking Dead.
well,
You got
pop
all the
culture had a
zombies.
huge zombie push for the last 10 years
Yeah.
or so. There's been a ton of zombie
Yeah.
movies in the last 10
Yeah.
years and shows, I guess. So maybe that's where that came from.
Maybe.
Media. It's all media.
Now the big push with, this was only on the decorating side, it's skeletons. I'm so sick of seeing all the skeleton everything. It's everywhere. So, okay. I'm not going to get off on
Yeah, we won't go
right.
off on skeletons tonight.
But anyway, anything else? I'm done.
Nope.
All right, well, that's it, everybody. That's the show. We hope you have a happy and safe Halloween. Get out there, get you some full-size candy and no candy corn.
Watch a scary movie. An old one.
An old scary movie, yeah. Turn the lights off. Watch a good black and white movie. It's fun. Fun to do. Get your popcorn ball out of your Trick-or-Treat bag, throw it in the garbage, and get a Hershey.
Yep.
All right, well, thanks for tuning in. We hope you have a great week. We hope you're tuning in in 7 days. Until then, see ya.
Later.
Peace. Peace. I can't do Dracula.
I want to suck your blood. Ah.